guys, I don't know if y'all saw this, but Mike Tomlin stepped down. The reason this is interesting to me is because similar to the Ravens coach, John Harbaugh, they have both been with these organizations since as long as I can remember. So seeing them be away from them next season is going to be interesting. Um, Look, guys, it's no secret. Mike Tomlin, he's had all these winning records, but they lose in the playoffs every year. Like they lose in the playoffs every single year. Like at a certain point in time, guys, there comes a point where like the organization has to do something. And I'll provide an example. My Patriots, right? Belichick, he was great with Brady, but player wise, kind of a disaster, right? I mean, it was getting to a point where Mac Jones wasn't doing anything. You had to put in second, third string. But Mac Jones really couldn't do anything um, because of the situation. But then he steps down, right? He calls it. Then we get Gerard Mayo. Sucks even more. So that season we were 6-11. Then we were 4-13. But we had Drake May, who Bill Belichick picked him, mind you. So people can sleep on the genius, but he is the genius. Um, he's the best coach to ever do it. So he got Drake. People don't realize that he didn't play that year. Bill was there, but we had him. The next year, obviously not as good, but then so we started to rebuild. We try to get a new coach, and the next year we try again. We get Mike Vrabel and Josh McDaniels back, who was one of the best offensive coordinators to ever do it. I don't care what anyone says; he's a genius. You get those two, and the head coach you played, who did great with the Titans. You get Drake May. You find a way to get Diggs, who everyone slept on, but of course, when a majority of people can sleep on someone, man, it can end up completely being the other way. It's interesting how that works, isn't it? He's been going crazy. You get Hollins, um, you get Booty, you get Pop Douglas. That's all offense. Trevante Henderson, and then I'm sorry, not Trevante, Trevion Henderson, and then you have Ramondre Stevenson, who was with us the year before as well. So that was a good pick that we got too. Then you got defensively Christian Gonzalez, Woodson, all of them. Now we're 14-3. Now I know it's very odd for a team to rebuild and get good this fast, but if you do the right moves, it can happen. And people don't talk about these kind of things enough because they're more of a variable than people understand. A lot of people would sit here and say, well, it's all the players. It's like they're the ones in the field. That's true to an extent, right? You need players to play, but players can't coach, nor can coaches play. That's why Brady Belichick was so fucking incredible thing to watch, because Brady was a GOAT, but so was Belichick. You had a genius mind, and then you had a legendary quarterback with a legendary OC. That's only going to be a recipe for disaster for other teams. Okay, so you guys got to understand this kind of stuff is important. I mean, we can briefly skim through the article, but there's not really much to cover here. I mean, whether now you can get in the discussion of whether he walked or it was a fire, they wanted to cover it up. I don't really care. The reality is this had to happen. I mean, you also get Aaron Rodgers, you have in the same receiving core. Um, you got DK Metcalf, you have all them, and you still barely make playoffs. On top of that, you start out like 5-1, then you end up being 10-7. You barely make playoffs, and then you lose first round. It's a joke. It's what it is. It's a joke. So yeah, all I'm saying is this was the right move, the way I see it. And people, you can let me know if you're in Twitch. Yeah, talk to me. But if you're on YouTube, let me know what you think in the comments. You can totally disagree. You have every right to. And I'm not the one to tell you whether you can or can't. It's obviously up to you to do whatever. But all I'm saying is, can you see the point? And I don't think it was a bad move. But yeah, I mean, that's really what I gotta say about that, guys.